Have you ever finally had a quiet moment to yourself and felt your body get even more tense? Not tired tense, alert tense. Like the silence is waiting for something. So instead of resting, you grab your phone. You open apps you already checked 5 minutes ago. You suddenly remember things you should be doing. You start cleaning something that doesn't matter. You put on background noise even though you weren't actually lonely before the room got quiet. And the strange part is, sometimes being overwhelmed feels safer than being at peace. Because some people only know how to relax after they've suffered enough to deserve it. That's the part nobody really talks about. People talk about burnout, stress, overworking, but they rarely talk about what happens when a nervous system becomes so used to emotional survival that rest itself starts feeling unsafe. Not dramatic unsafe, just unfamiliar. Like your body doesn't fully believe it's allowed to let go. You can see it in small moments. The way your chest feels weirdly tight on calm days. The way silence suddenly makes your thoughts louder. The way you reach for stimulation the second life slows down. The way resting can quietly turn into guilt. Because for some people, stillness was never truly peaceful. Stillness was when you had to pay attention. Maybe you grew up around emotional unpredictability. Maybe peace in your house disappeared without warning. Maybe you learned to notice tone changes before anyone else did. Maybe relaxing too much meant getting caught off guard emotionally. So your body adapted. It stayed mentally awake, prepared, slightly braced all the time. Not because you were weak, because your nervous system learned that being emotionally alert reduced pain. And after enough years, hypervigilance stops feeling like stress. It starts feeling like personality. That's why some people can't just rest normally. The moment things become quiet, their body starts searching for movement, noise, tasks, thoughts. Anything to avoid fully dropping their guard. And sometimes it becomes so automatic you don't even notice it anymore. You call it productivity. You call it overthinking. You call it just being someone who likes staying busy. But underneath it, there may be a body that no longer associates stillness with safety. And that's why some people feel strangely uncomfortable during vacations. Why weekends can feel emotionally heavy. Why sitting still for 10 minutes suddenly creates the urge to check notifications that don't even matter. Because distraction is not always entertainment. Sometimes, distraction is emotional protection. And maybe that's also why exhaustion can feel weirdly calming. Because exhaustion finally shuts the system down enough to stop monitoring everything. Some people don't rest because they feel safe. They rest because their body physically can't keep going anymore. And over time, that creates a painful relationship with peace. You crave it constantly. But the moment you finally have it, your nervous system treats it like unfamiliar territory. Like an empty room after an argument, quiet on the surface, but part of you is still waiting for something bad to happen. So even during calm moments, your body keeps scanning, your thoughts keep moving, your hand keeps reaching for your phone, because movement feels safer than vulnerability. And the hardest part is that most people around you would never notice any of this. You still function, you still reply, you still show up, you still look responsible. Meanwhile, your nervous system may still be acting like rest is something you have to earn instead of something you naturally deserve. That creates a kind of exhaustion sleep doesn't fully fix. Because your body is not only tired from doing too much, it's tired from never fully feeling off duty. And if you relate to this, there's a chance you were never actually taught how to feel safe while resting. You were taught how to stay prepared, how to stay useful, how to stay emotionally aware, how to survive uncertainty without needing anyone. But survival mode and safety are not the same thing. One keeps you functioning, the other lets you finally unclench. And sometimes people who survived emotionally unpredictable environments become adults who feel guilty, relaxing, anxious during silence, and safest when they're busy enough not to feel themselves too deeply. Not because they're broken, not because they failed at healing, but because their body learned that staying mentally active helped them emotionally survive for a very long time. So, if rest feels strangely uncomfortable to you, if silence makes your body feel emotionally alert, if you only seem to relax after complete exhaustion, maybe your nervous system isn't trying to ruin your peace. Maybe it's still trying to protect you the only way it learned how. Does your body actually know how to rest? Or only how to shut down? And if this felt painfully familiar in a way you rarely hear people explain, stay with EmptyButAware. This is where quiet survival habits finally start making sense.